Robotic Space Ninja.
That concept sounds really badass, but what could it be? Maybe you're sneaking into a temple or something, and where you have to find information and gather information and get out of there ASAP. Maybe you're actually in space and you have wings and you have to shoot all the enemies all around you. Or maybe you need to assassinate someone in the planet Jupiter ASAP. Well, I can't promise you about Japanese temples and everything, but there is a certain game that does hit all the criteria. Have you heard about this game called Warframe?
When I was young and Skype was still a thing for gamers,
I just remembered. Facebook was active for basically everyone, Vine was still a thing, anime wasn't mainstream, I still had duh in my username, and I was still doing Let's Plays. God, I feel old!
Anyway, a buddy of mine wanted me to get into the game, Warframe. You might actually know him as a certain VTuber, a certain potato in fact, named Titletail. Anyway, I downloaded the game, which took forever because back then my internet was garbage. After like 2-3 days of downloading it, I finally was able to play the game. But despite taking a long time to download, despite my friends recommending it, I expected that I would be done with the game really quickly.
Warframe is free to play, hence the motto, ninjas play free. But there has to be a catch-22 somewhere, right? I mean, it's free to play, and a lot of free to play games has a catch-22 in it. Maybe there's gonna be like ads playing in the middle of the game or after each mission or something. Maybe there's a weapon that is so powerful but you can only get it if you pay for it, and if you do, you're better than every other players. I'll be honest, at the beginning of this game, when I was trying to play it, I genuinely thought I was gonna just give up on the game and just play it for a month or so because, hey, my friends are playing, might as well be a good time waster. Boy, was I wrong.
At the beginning, you only have one Warframe, aka the playable character, one primary weapon, one secondary weapon, and one melee weapon. The plan is that the more you play, the more you progress in the game, the more weapons you will get, the more Warframe you will get, the more stuff you will get, so that you become more versatile, more things you can do at once rather than the basic focus. But we come with the first hurdle of this game, and that is, this game is not really beginners friendly. Actually, saying that is not right. The problem is that there's so many weapons and gears and characters you can get, you actually have no idea where to even get them. Look, if you want to get into this game, I would highly recommend getting into a guild, or in this case, a clan of sort. because then you can research and you can take the blueprints to make weapons and warframes for your things. You still need to go and collect resources, but it will be much easier to collect weapons and warframe because you're in a clan. We'll talk about resources later as well. With that said, experiment, experiment, experiment which one you like. Maybe you like to burn people with flamethrower, aka Ignis. Or maybe you're one of those one shot, one kill like me, aka sniper gun, Vectus. Maybe you want to knuckle sandwich someone. Or maybe you like Gringagata.
Sorry, inside jokes. The point here is there's so many weapons you can try and use that you can experiment to see what fits your game style. Yes, there are some weapons that are better than other. That's the case in any games like these. But I'm pretty sure you'll find a perfect fit between two. Maybe a bow where you can hit everyone, but you want more status condition. Or maybe you want a gun that does more critical hit than status, but it needs to be a sniper gun. You can find it. There's a lot of these guns and they are really good. You can find them. But now we come to another problem, the second biggest problem of this game. The catch-22.
Like I mentioned, this game is free to play. So that means there needs to be some way for the devs to earn some income. And in this case, it would be the premium currency, aka money you pay with real life cash, platinums. Platinums, or plats in short, is basically premium currency where you can buy or upgrade guns and warframes you don't want to grind for. More colors to customize your gears, we'll talk more about that later. Is instantly finish a crafting progress, change your name because you didn't like what it was beforehand, or to buy extra slots so that you can add more warframes and weapons to your account.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know how much they give you nowadays, but it wasn't a lot when I played it. You can remove weapons and warframes for new one, aka replacing your old gears for new gears. But that also sounds annoying, and honestly, it would have definitely made me stop playing the game.
I think it's safe to say that we as gamers like to collect things. We like to collect warframes, we like to collect guns, we like to collect as much things we can inside the game. But now if you only have the choice to remove items only so that you can have new weapons to level up and new warframes to level up, that becomes a problem now, doesn't it? This game isn't pay to win. It's pay to advance. And honestly, I don't know if it's better or much worse. Luckily, the devs were aware of this and devs were aware of this situation. So they did one bold move that I haven't seen a lot of games ever do it. In fact, maybe less than 5. They made plats a tradable thing.
This is an MMO game, so getting rare loots is obviously going to be a thing, and therefore trading these items can also be worth your time. So what the devs did was allowing rare items to be tradable in hopes that free-to-play players gets plats without actually spending their own real-life money in exchange for time, in order to get more options like more slots for their warframe and weapons. This is a great system. Yes, you are still grinding for items that you might not be able to sell, or maybe there's too much supply for said item but not enough demands for it. But this is probably the closest thing someone can get into plats in exchange for their items. And not only that, sometimes Warframe also gives you a 24 hours coupon as a login bonus. So you can get up to 75% discount coupon, though that is the rarest. More common, you'll get around 20 or 50%. You can use that to buy more plats cheaply. Though there is an argument that the devs are intentionally selling them around that price and baiting us with a discount, and I think that's true. But you know what? I'm giving them an excuse for this because trading plats to free-to-play players is cool.
I had some friends who were willing to give me plats in exchange of better and stronger gears that I grinded for like hours, and I love that. I love the system where I just did that because it gave me more power. It gave me more freedom and made me collect more things. If I couldn't get plats like that, I would have given up at the game like 2-3 months, like I said. But that gave me more motivation, more power, and because of that, when I could, get money by myself, I usually use it to buy more plats when I can, using the whole discounted coupons, of course, because I wanted to support that idea more and more. And this is very useful, especially to free-to-play players. Yes, you still need to grind gears and everything in order to exchange for plats if you're a free-to-play player. But this is the next best thing. The devs still need an income after all.
But after that, the game becomes more free. You don't feel limited on needing extra Warframe slots or weapons and such. Yes, these things will always be a thing, whether early, mid or late game. That's life, that's how it plays. But now, you have more places to explore. You still need to finish each mission in each planet to unlock the rest, but honestly, if you have a buddy to play with, it will not be a big thing. You could also do it solo, it's still fun to play solo, but I believe this game is much more fun with more friends you have. Though you also have online matchmaking before and during the early stages of each mission, so feel whatever it is easier.
Plus, if you have more weapons and warframes, you can do more like pictures and take more photos of it. Yes, there is a photo mode in this game and it is fun. These are all photos I made. I'm still proud of it.
Though the further you go, the harder missions are gonna be. So if you wanna gear up for it, the best way to do it is by getting mods. In-game mods. Mods are basically buff cards for your weapons and Warframe. Some gives you more energy so that you can use more abilities. Same thing with efficiency. Some increase the DPS while some just makes the grenade launcher silent and for some reason, and some makes the shotgun into a sniper rifle. I am not making this up. I made a shotgun into a sniper gun. It was fun. You can get these mods via chests or lockers. Enemy drops them when you finish the mission, yada yada yada. And the more you have, the more variable, the more versatility, the more options you can make your Warframe more powerful and your weapons. The thing is,
streamline, stretch, flow, intensify, and continuity for just your Warframe. If you have those mods, you rarely need any other.
Yes, you can also have other mods. And yes, you don't need to use them all at once. But when it comes to the base, these mods are more so essential if you want to have fun. You want to have more energy to be able to do more abilities, more health or armor in harder missions, stronger power, etc. etc. So doing any other isn't bad. It could just make the game less fun and harder for no reason. And I haven't even got to weapons, which again, some are essential to be strong. But you can still have potentials. Like I said, I made a shotgun into a sniper rifle. It doesn't do much damage, and honestly at late game you probably have better weapons than that. But man, was it fun to implement it. Plus, watching your friends react to things makes it more worth it. But talking around these subjects, I have been walking around the main core of the game, the gameplay itself. And I am happy to announce this game is fun. Really fun. I mean, just look at it.
Told ya.
Digital Extremes, the developers for this game, wanted to make one thing clear. Remove as many limitations and make us feel overpowered. Don't get me wrong, you can still lose on given circumstances, but the goal of the game is to set as little limitations as possible while making the game fun. And boy did they succeed on that! Wanna dash in the middle of the room and deal massive area damage? Boom! Wanna wall climb and just use RPGs or any blast weapons to all your foes? Done! Wanna be sneaky and be rewarded with instant kills? Done! And more.
Yes, there is still some limitation to this game. You can't straight out cheat, come on. But making us so strong, so powerful, so agile, so mobile, so everything, it's so fun to have little to no limitation there. And this includes with Warframe and their abilities too.
Like be invisible with Ibarra. Oh, stop time in a bubble with Limbo. Oh, powerful energy blade with Excaliber. Oh, what I like to call it, E.
Point here is you can have fun with whatever you want to do, and you really do feel like a space ninja. And I haven't even talked about the story. And the story, oh!
The story in this game is really good. They really did put their A game when it comes to cinematics and storytelling. How sometimes you walk around to find more puzzle pieces or see cutscenes that just blows your mind. Yes, at the beginning it's a bit loose and sometimes dull, to be honest. But later on it really gets moving and decisions you make feels real.
One note, later on in the story you'll start to see a meter of sort. Rather than thinking that the meter is good versus evil, think of it more of yin and yang. It's kind of difficult to explain, but you're not a hero just because you're picking a good option. But that also means that you're not a villain because a option you choose could be destructive or violence. You're still good for being violent, you can still be evil for being good.
The story is really good and I recommend giving the story a try. I'm saying this over and over because it really is. You do need to get more powerful later on, obviously. And if I recall correctly, you need to rank up your account to be able to be playing some other missions, which you can by maxing out your new warframes and weapons and keep in mind, re-leveling same stuff over and over doesn't count. And if you want certain weapons and warframes to level up, for that you need to get weapons and warframes to begin with, and for that you need to grind a lot. Look, I am not going to sugarcoat this. The grinding is horrible, terrible even. Sometimes you might be even grinding for over 2 hours just to get a part of a Warframe's blueprint. Heck, I spent over 2 weeks playing Warframe non-stop to even get all the blueprints to make Ivara. And I haven't even mentioned how long it takes to make the parts. You need to get resources you have to do, and even then when you're crafting, it takes like 12 hours or something just to build one part. But if you pay with plats, you automatically build it ASAP because reasons. And it gets even worse. Remember mods? Well, you can upgrade your mods to make yourself more powerful, more efficient, whatever. The problem is, it costs a lot of endos, think of it as skill points, and in-game credits to max it out. And you need to grind a lot as well. I still haven't maxed out my main mods because it is so expensive. And it gets even worse. There's a thing called relics. This is where you can grind to get primed weapons and warframes, aka better version of the original versions. So you need to grind for missions and hope you get the relics. And when you do say get relics, you have to do a fishing mission and hope you get the prime part you wanted. Thankfully for that, you can change the possibility a bit with relic fishers, which you also need to grind for. And if one of your party members got it, you can select that reward instead of your own. Yes, you can only pick one reward no matter what, but you're still relying on possibilities. Oh, and these relics are limited, so keep grinding ASAP. Though you do have like weeks until it's gone, and those prime stuff will come back eventually again on new relics, more new read ones. Plus you do keep all the old relics even if the event time runs out, so that's good, but still.
And it gets even worse. Archon swords.
Long story short, these swords are basically another means to make your characters more powerful than they currently are. But you can only get them in limited times per week. To get the rarest and the most powerful one, Red Crystal, you have 20% chance out of the normal one, Blue, being 80% chance. Meaning you can only get it once a week, not per mission, not per day, not bi-daily, once a week.
Yikes, it's so bad that some people have been grinding for at least 6 weeks and still haven't gotten one of them. One of them. And that leads me to the biggest problem of this game, the final problem of this game. The grind, the grind, the grind. It's so grindy. You have to grind so much to even get one thing you want. Yes, this game has freedom. You can have freedom with whatever you want to do. But if you want that freedom, you need to grind. It is very, very hard to recommend this game, especially if you're going solo.
And there you go. I have shown you the good, the bad, and the ugly side of this game. There's more I want to talk about. The railjack mission, the open world system, everything else. But this video is already too long. Let me state this again. The game is amazing. So many powers, so many ways to play the game, and you feel amazing when you can do it. But for that, you need to level up, have more gear slots, and have someone to even trade plats to you, to even have more freedom in this game. And for that, you need to grind, 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 grind.
I want to say that the positive outweighs the negative, but I can't. The good is balanced with the bad, and the only thing that will determine whether you like the game or not is the ugly, the grind. If you do not like to grind in the games, in any games, you will not like this game. But if you don't mind grinding, or you have friends you like to grind with, or you love to grind, you will love this game. There is no in between. You will either like it or you don't. And that's the problem. And with even grinding, you will have to spend so much time to grind. And I don't have that time anymore.
I have played this game for years now. It started with decent laptop to a high performing desktop. But now I am not a kid who has all the time in the world. I am now an adult. I am now a content creator who needs to talk about various games in order to recommend people some they may have not heard before. So I said to myself that I will only grind seriously for one game only, and that is Final Fantasy XIV for me. Warframe is amazing, like I said, but I also need to move on.
Don't get me wrong, I love this game. This game is amazing. I love so many aspects of this game. The grind I kinda like, the whole story mode, the new Warframes. I like to show my weapons to my friends, all the Warframes, the colors I picked. There was a community like this, community jokes. Well, we do like inside jokes. Well, it's fast and it's the true end game, and there's so many things I love about this game. But now I have a life, and I need to take care of it. I need to do adult stuff. And newsflash, playing games all day is not good for you. Shocking, I know. If you want to play Warframe, do it. It will be an experience. But I highly recommend playing with your friends. And if you know anyone who's playing Warframe or something, ask them to join and everything. Maybe give you 2 pointers or something like that, because you'll need it, and it will be much more fun to play with friends. I'm not quitting the game. I'm not quitting Warframe forever and anything, but I'm not gonna go as serious as before. If you like this video, please comment, like and subscribe, and share it with your friends. It will mean a lot for me, because this was a big video. But for now, thank you, Warframe. Goodbye, and see you later.